What's going on, YouTube? Andrew here, back at you with another video. And as I promised like a month ago, I'm finally getting to my The Thing 1982 John Carpenter's versus the prequel 2011. I'm going to compare these two. I'm going to say what I like about each of them. I'm going to kind of do a full review of each of them and say what I think is better about one, or what I think some of the things of this one I think gets unfairly criticized for. So up first is obviously the original. I'm going to call it the original because I know The Thing from Another World is technically the original, but for me, this is the original. I've never seen The Thing from Another World, and this one is much more like a full-on, this is like the book brought to the screen. So this is like a completely rendition of the book, whereas the movie original one, from what I understand, is just an adaptation of the book. This is like a rendition of the book. The Thing 1982 John Carpenter's, basically, you kind of know the story. Everybody that's watching my channel guaranteed has seen this movie before. You basically have these guys on this outpost. They find this dog, and this guy is shooting the dog, and he shoots one of the crewmen from this outpost. He's from this the guy who shoots all these guys and is trying to shoot the dog is from a Norwegian camp that's nearby, that's portrayed in this film. But they basically pretty much the rest of the film is just a slow, dreadful finding out who is who's human, who's not, one by one kind of thing. It has a lot of influence and a lot of similarities to Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but this is like way, way better. Just so much better. So my thoughts on it, film. Great, excellent characters. Always the direction is spot on from Carpenter. The special effects are just ahead of its time. It's excellent. The practical effects look incredible even to this day. Overall, it's a great film. I mean, in terms of filmmaking standpoint, it's probably top 5 greatest horror movies of all time. Like, it's a 10 out of 10. Like, its practical effects are a 10. Its direction's a 10. The cinematography from Dean Cundey's a 10. Overall, all of this whole movie has this dark, foreboding atmosphere. I give it a 9 to a 9.5 out of 10. I really enjoy the movie. There's certain parts that I don't know, like it does. I don't know why I can't give it a 10. I just don't. I can't put my finger quite on some things that I don't like, but I don't know. There's just something more that keeps me from putting this as a personal 10. But I totally see the film is a 10 out of 10. One of the greatest horror movies ever made. Yeah. Now it goes on to the prequel. The prequel is basically the exact same thing. It's people from this outpost, but you see from the Thing in 82, they watch this film of the Norwegian camp, and they find this block of ice thing. And they go to the camp, and they find the block of ice in this movie, but in this one, you see how they get the block of ice out and how it breaks out and everything like that, and it's this whole thing. But overall, it really plays out as the exact same thing. Even in the ending, it has a very, very similar kind of an ending. It is as accurate as you can get of a rendition of the prequel to what you would think would be the prequel to The Thing 82. It is the directors said that the filmmakers said that they averaged out Kurt Russell's height in the Norwegian camp and saw how high things were, and they made an exact replica based on the height of Kurt Russell to the rest of the building. So they They went an incredibly thorough amount of detail in this movie. Now, this movie does have some flaws, some things that I don't think that are flaws that get unfairly criticized for. The Thing definitely has I don't know how to say it. The Thing definitely moves faster. You can tell it's like very, it attacks in this movie. Whereas in The Thing, most of the time, other than in The Dog, it doesn't attack. It, sits back and waits. It's more, but I don't think that's a fair criticism because it broke out and it's frantic, and that's that. I mean, and also it's a 2011 movie, and I think that it just, I don't know, it was good. I think it works for this movie. Now, a thing that I think can be fairly criticized for, but I think shouldn't be as unfairly criticized, is the CG effects. Some of the CG effects in this movie look terrible, just awful. But that actually, the filmmakers had a full script and made full practical effects. They were on the process of making full practical effects for the film, but yet the studio, Universal, interfered and said, "No, we want you to make it CG." So they had to scrap all the practical effects that they were in the process of making, or at least as much as possible. But they used as much practical effects as Universal would allow them. It just is the way that filmmaking is done today, where you really have to go into the indie scene to see mostly practical effects now, because studios don't want, because the reality is that, in CG, it doesn't take as much time to film a scene. It takes much more time and much more production time and money now to film in practical effects. So the studios can do it cheaper, at least filming, they can cut down the filming days from 35 days to 28 days. And if they don't have to pay the actors as much, they're going to do that. They're just cheap as hell. And it really shows, because this movie really has the potential to be just as good. I am saying that. It has the potential to be just as good as this. But it just isn't. The practical effects look good when it's there, and the CG effects just don't look as convincing. It's just not there. Overall, it's just, it's great. It's just not excellent. It's really, really good, if not great, and it just, I don't know. There's just something keeping it, though. So to combine these two, characters, 10 out of 10, cinematography, 10 out of 10, practical effects, 10 out of 10, direction, 10 out of 10, I don't know what else. The horror's like a 9.5 out of 10, it's right up there. Here, characters, 10 out of 10, direction, 9.5 out of 10. There's some scenes where I think, that could have been done better. Like the breaking out scene, like I felt like just having like one boom scene, like you could have had there could have been like a hint that it was going to happen, like you knew it was going to happen, but like just one more hint of like a cracking, like a crackling sound or something. I would have liked that just a little bit more, Overall, it's still good. The special effects though are really what hurt this film. The practical effects in this film are like a 9 out of 10. The CG is like a 6 or a 5.5 out of 10. It's pretty mediocre. Overall, though, I give this film a 9 out of 10. I still like beyond the practical and CG effects, beyond all that stuff, those minor complaints. I really am absolutely in love with this film. Every time I watch it, I always watch these films back to back, like night after night. This one's clearly the superior film. I enjoy this one just as much, though. I really have a fun time watching this movie. Like, it's not they're both dark and scary. The horror in this movie's made like a 9 out of 10. They're both like dark, foreboding, and scary. But it's just like, I don't know, like these films they just cut it for me. I love these films. They're great. Snow horror films are just the best, and these are two of the best. I think these actually are my 2 and 1 of snow horror films. Maybe I might put maybe like Shredder up there or something just because I love that movie so much. But yeah, so yeah, that's going to be all for today. I'm finally going to get this up. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. My next video, I'm probably going to do a review of Requiem for a Dream. It's just, yeah. Or actually, you know what? On like Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to do a review of Bunny the Killer Thing because I'm watching it for, Easter. It's a bunny, so Easter with Bunny, kind of fits in. I know this doesn't take place on Easter, but it fits the holiday. So yeah, that's going to do it all for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, feel free to like, subscribe as you haven't. Comment down below, please. Let me know what you think about the films. I know some people or really dislike this one. Let me know what you think. I'm definitely one that likes it. This one's always a known horror masterpiece. But yeah, just let me know what you think. Have a great day, guys. Peace.